My child, sit with me for a while. I know the weight you carry, the silent tears you shed when no one is watching, the confusion that fills your heart when life doesn't go the way you hoped. But I am here. Always have been, always will be. I want to tell you a story, not just of who you are, but of who I am in you. There was a time, even my son, Jesus, felt the heaviness of human weakness. In the Garden of Gethsemane, as the weight of the world pressed on his shoulders, he cried out, "My soul is overwhelmed with sorrow to the point of death." Matthew 26 verse 38. He asked me, "Father, if it is possible, let this cup pass from me." Matthew 26 verse 39. He felt fear. He felt pain. He felt doubt. But he still trusted. He still surrendered. He said, "Yet not as I will, but as you will." You see, my beloved, Jesus didn't make a mistake in the way humans often do, but he did struggle. He had moments where he felt the weight of being misunderstood, of being rejected, of being alone. But I did not leave him there. I sent angels to strengthen him, Luke 22 verse 43. I gave him the courage to walk the painful path because through his pain, healing would come for all. Even for you. And just as I was with him, I am with you. Sometimes you think you've messed up too much, wandered too far, or fallen too hard to find your way back. But look again. The story of Peter, who denied my son 3 times, is not a story of shame. It's a story of grace. When Jesus returned to Peter after his resurrection, he didn't bring up his failure. He asked, "Do you love me?" John 21 verse 15. Because to me, love redeems all things. Love restores. Love rebuilds. Just like I rebuilt Peter. Even now, I see the weight you carry as an American mother trying to hold a family together, as a father working 2 jobs just to put food on the table, as a young adult scrolling through social media, comparing your life to a filtered lie and wondering if you're enough. I see you. And I say, you are enough not because the world says so, but because I made you, breathed life into you, and called you mine. Do not let the noise of this world drown out my voice. When the culture shouts for perfection, I whisper grace. When the world tells you to hustle, I invite you to rest. When fear knocks at your door, I stand beside you, reminding you that perfect love casts out all fear. 1 John 4 verse 18. I've walked beside soldiers in battlefields, comforted grieving families in hospital rooms, held the brokenhearted in addiction clinics, and sat in silence with those who thought they had no more prayers left to pray. And in each moment, I was never far. I am Emmanuel, God with you. So when you fail, remember this, it's not the end. It's the beginning of a deeper walk with me. Jesus' cross was not a symbol of defeat, it was the road to resurrection. And I can resurrect whatever feels dead in your life too, your hope, your faith, your purpose. America may be divided in many ways, but my love is never divided. It stretches across every border, reaches into every heart, and speaks one truth. You are loved. You are seen. You are chosen. So come back to me, not with fear, but with faith. Not with guilt, but with grace. My arms are wide open, just like they were on the cross. I'm not waiting for your perfection, I'm waiting for you. Welcome home, my child. In the midst of your racing thoughts, your tired soul, your anxious heart, I want you to hear me. I have been watching you. Not to judge you, but to protect you. I saw you when you felt invisible in a room full of people, when you cried silently in your car because you didn't want to burden anyone. I saw the day you gave everything you had and still felt like you weren't enough. I watched as you tried to be strong for everyone else, even when your own spirit was breaking. I know that in America today, where everything moves fast and people are expected to have it all together, you often feel like you're falling behind. But hear me, you are not falling behind my plans for you. You are right where I can reach you. My son Jesus walked this earth not just to save you, but to show you that it's okay to be human. Do you remember when he wept? John 11 verse 35. He wept for a friend, even though he knew he'd raise Lazarus from the dead. He wept because pain is real, and I want you to know it's okay to feel deeply. You think you've failed me when you doubt, when you stumble, when you fall, but even Jesus had moments of deep anguish. In the Garden of Gethsemane, his soul was overwhelmed with sorrow to the point of death, Matthew 26 verse 38, and he prayed, "Father, if you are willing, take this cup from me." Luke 22 verse 42. He was crushed under the weight of what lay ahead, and still, he trusted me. He surrendered, not because it was easy, but because he knew that my will, though painful in the moment, was filled with purpose. When he cried out on the cross, my God, why have you forsaken me?" Matthew 27 verse 46, it was a moment of divine mystery, of feeling separated so you would never have to be. And even though he was my son, I allowed that moment so that the bridge between you and me would never be broken again. And just like I sent angels to strengthen him, Luke 22 verse 43, I send unseen grace to strengthen you in your darkest hours. So when you think I've left you, I haven't. I am the whisper in your heart telling you to keep going, the gentle tug in your soul to try one more time. I was there with the addict who hit rock bottom and still found redemption. I was with the young woman in a hospital bed, fighting cancer, who found peace in her final breath because she trusted me with eternity. I was there with the teenager battling depression, who thought no one noticed, but I did. And I placed a friend, a teacher, a song, a sunset, something, anything, to remind them they were not alone. That same love surrounds you now. My love is not based on how well you perform, how often you pray, how perfect your past is. My love is relentless, reckless even. Like the father who ran to the prodigal son, Luke 15 verse 20, I run toward you, not away from you. I don't care how dirty your feet are or how far you've wandered. I care that you come home. And when you do, I don't scold, I celebrate. Because my love restores what the world tries to break. You see, your brokenness is not the end. It's the place where my grace begins. You may think you've disqualified yourself from my purpose, but I used the broken to rebuild beauty. I used Moses, a man with a stutter, to speak before kings. I used David, a shepherd and a sinner, to lead a nation. I used Mary, a young girl from a forgotten town, to bring my son into the world. And I want to use you. Yes, you even with the scars you hide and the secrets you carry. I am not looking for perfection. I am looking for surrender. I am not interested in how loud you shout your faith, but in how tenderly you love your neighbor. This country, your country, may seem divided, but my kingdom is not. In a time when people argue more than they listen, judge more than they love, and cancel more than they forgive, I am calling you to be different. To be light in the darkness. To forgive as you've been forgiven, Ephesians 4 verse 32. To love because I first loved you, 1 John 4 verse 19. To walk humbly, love mercy, and act justly, Micah 6 verse 8. I know it's hard. I know the burdens are many. Financial pressures, broken families, social isolation, the fear of another shooting, another diagnosis, another loss. But take heart. I have overcome the world, John 16 verse 33. And I have placed eternity in your heart, Ecclesiastes 3 verse 11, a hope that cannot be shaken. My child, you are not forgotten. You are not too late. You are not too broken. You are mine. So lift your head. Breathe deeply. Trust again. Love again. Hope again. The story isn't over, because I am still writing it. And every chapter written with me ends in redemption. Come back to me, not because you must, but because I miss you. I love you, and I always will. Welcome home. And even now, as you read these words or hear them echo in your heart, it's not an accident. It's not random timing. It's me, your Heavenly Father, reminding you that you're not forgotten. Every breath in your lungs is proof that I'm not done with your story yet. You wonder why you've been through so much, why you've had to fight battles others know nothing about, why your path has been harder than most. But, my child, it's because I'm preparing something in you that can't be built in ease. Diamonds form under pressure. Gold is refined in fire. And the strongest roots grow deep in storms. I'm not punishing you, I'm planting you. I'm not breaking you, I'm building you. Sometimes the pain you're experiencing is the very place I pour my greatest purpose. Remember Joseph? Betrayed by his brothers, sold into slavery, imprisoned for years for something he didn't do, And yet, I used every injustice to position him exactly where I needed him. And in the end, he looked back at the ones who hurt him and said, "What you meant for evil, God meant for good." Genesis 50 verse 20. That same redemption is at work in your life. What others used to wound you, I will use to raise you. I've seen how you question whether you're strong enough, good enough, spiritual enough to be used by me. But hear this, I never chose people based on their strength, I chose them based on their willingness. David was just a boy with a sling. Esther was an orphan girl hiding her identity. Paul once murdered my people, and still, I used them. Not because they were perfect, but because they said, "Yes, Lord. Use me." And you? I see greatness in you that you can't even imagine yet. I placed gifts inside of you that the world desperately needs. Compassion, creativity, boldness, kindness, truth, healing, all waiting to bloom. But you keep believing the lies. I'm too messed up. I failed too much. I'm too late. No, my beloved, you are not too far gone. I am the God who leaves the 99 just to find the one, Luke 15 verse 4. And when I find you, I don't scold you, I lift you, wrap you in my arms, and rejoice, saying, "My child was lost, but now is found," Luke 15 verse 24. That's the kind of love I offer, not earned, not measured, not shaken by your worst day. It's constant, it's everlasting. I see the pressure you face in the world around you, how society tells you to build a platform instead of a purpose, to chase status instead of stillness, to value likes more than love. But in my kingdom, the first shall be last, the meek shall inherit the earth, and the greatest are those who serve, Matthew 20:16, 5:5, 23:11. You don't have to strive endlessly to be seen, I already see you. You don't need the approval of millions when you have the approval of the one who created galaxies. I know in your heart you long for peace, true peace. Not just quiet days, but a quiet soul. And that peace, my child, doesn't come from success or money or even people. It comes from me. Come to me, all who are weary and burdened, and I will give you rest. Matthew 11 verse 28. Rest, not just for your body, but for your spirit, for your mind, for the little child inside of you who still aches to be held and told, "You are safe now." Because you are. In my presence, you are safe. I won't walk away when you cry too long. I won't get tired of your fears, your doubts, or your process. I'll be here every step, when you're strong and when you fall apart. I am your father, not your critic. I don't hold your past over your head. I've already washed it clean by the blood of my Son, 1 John 1 verse 9. You are not who the world says you are. You are who I say you are, chosen, redeemed, whole, and dearly loved. So stop running, stop pretending, stop trying to carry everything alone. Let me help you. Let me walk with you. Let me remind you why you're still here, because I have a calling over your life that no enemy can cancel. Yes, there will be pain. There will be loss. But there will also be beauty, laughter, friendship, healing, purpose, and joy that no one can take from you. I am working behind the scenes in ways you can't yet see, opening doors, healing wounds, writing chapters you never dreamed of. So even when nothing makes sense, trust my heart. Trust that I'm for you, not against you, Romans 8 verse 31. Trust that my plans are to prosper you, not to harm you, to give you a hope and a future, Jeremiah 29 verse 11. And when the day comes that your story is told, whether in a quiet room with your grandchildren, or echoed through the lives you've touched, you'll see that every moment mattered. Every scar had a purpose. Every delay had a reason. Because I, your God, the maker of heaven and earth, the one who formed you in the womb and called you by name, never let go. Not once. Not ever. I love you. I'm proud of you. And I'm not finished with you yet. My precious child, if your heart feels heavy right now, if you're carrying pain that no one sees and questions that keep you up at night, come sit with me. Not as a servant, not as someone who has to prove their worth, but as my beloved. You may feel distant, tired, unsure of your purpose, and perhaps, if you're honest, a little lost in a world that moves too fast and cares too little. But I see you. I know your story. I've been there for every page, even the chapters you wish you could erase. You don't have to clean yourself up to come to me. I never asked for perfection, I asked for your heart. And I know how hard life has been. You've faced rejection, heartbreak, loneliness, even moments when you thought, what's the point of trying anymore? But I want to remind you, you were never alone. I was there in the silence, in the tears you cried behind closed doors, in the nights you stared at your ceiling wondering if anyone would ever truly understand you. I did. I do. My son, Jesus, understands too. Though he was perfect, he chose to walk in the brokenness of this world so he could feel every ache you feel. He was tempted in every way, just as you are, yet he did not sin. Hebrews 4 verse 15. Still he struggled. He hurt. When he stood outside Lazarus' tomb, he wept, not just for the pain of his friend, but for all the pain death would ever bring into the world. John 11 verse 35. When he fell to his knees in the garden, sweating blood from the pressure of what was to come, he asked me if the burden could be taken away. Luke 22 verse 44. That wasn't weakness, that was humanity. And in that moment, I strengthened him, not by removing the pain, but by walking him through it. Just like I'm doing for you now. You may think you've disappointed me because of your past, your mistakes, your doubts. But I'm not here to punish you, I'm here to heal you. Even when Jesus was on the cross, crying out, my God, why have you forsaken me? Matthew 27 verse 46, it wasn't because I abandoned him. It was because in that moment he bore the weight of all sin so you wouldn't have to. He experienced the deepest separation so you could be eternally united with me. And I need you to know, there's no mistake you've made that my mercy can't cover. There's no scar you bear that my hands can't heal. There's no darkness you walk through that my light can't reach. Maybe you're a single mother working 2 jobs just to keep food on the table. Maybe you're a veteran battling the memories of war, or a teenager silently battling anxiety while everyone else sees your smile. Maybe you're someone who has walked away from faith, tired of churches that judged more than they loved. I want you to hear this clearly, that was never my heart. My son came not for the righteous, but for the broken, the weary, the lost. Luke 5 verse 32. I came for you. And no matter how far you've run, the moment you turn toward me, you'll find I've been running toward you all along. I've used drug addicts to become deliverers, orphans to become fathers of nations, the most unlikely souls to carry the most powerful callings. Don't disqualify yourself from a future I've already written in grace. Just like the woman at the well who felt dirty and ashamed, Jesus met her not with condemnation, but with compassion. John 4 verses 13 to 14. He told her, whoever drinks the water I give them will never thirst again. My child, I know what your soul is thirsty for. You're thirsty for meaning, for love, for peace, for rest. And the world has offered you empty things, temporary highs, shallow relationships, promises that didn't last. But what I give you is eternal. I am your steady rock when everything else shifts. I am the calm in your storm. I am the Father who never leaves. I'm not like those who broke your trust, who made you feel small, who walked away when you needed them most. I am faithful, even when you're not. 2 Timothy 2 verse 13. I am patient with your progress. I'm not counting your failures. I'm collecting your tears. Psalm 56 verse 8. I know in this country, people wear smiles and carry silent pain. They feel the pressure to succeed, to impress, to always be fine. But with me, you don't have to pretend. You can be real. You can be raw. You can fall apart, because I'm the one who holds all things together. If your marriage is on the brink, give it to me. If your child is lost, bring their name to me. If your body is sick, your dreams are dying, your heart feels numb, bring it all to me. Nothing you carry is too heavy for my hands. I'm not afraid of your brokenness. I specialize in resurrection. Just as I raised Jesus from the dead, I can breathe new life into what you thought was beyond saving. But I need your yes, not your performance, not your perfection, just your surrender. Come home. You've looked everywhere else, but still feel empty, because you were made for me. Let me remind you that your story matters. Your life has purpose. Your pain will not be wasted. I work all things together for good for those who love me, Romans 8 verse 28. Even this, even now. So lift your eyes. Wipe your tears. Take a deep breath. I'm not done with you. You are seen. You are held. You are loved. Forever. Come back, my child. I've been waiting for you with open arms.